Good morning, everyone. This is Balram Dakua, PGT Economics from Kendriya Vidyalaya Bandhamunda Bhubaneswar region. So, dear friends, today in this video, we will discuss about the perfect competition market. About the perfect competition market. So, before uh, going to perfect competition market, first we know about what is market. So as you know, market refers to the whole region where buyers and sellers of a commodity are in contact with each other to effect purchase and sale of the commodity. That means here in this sentence, you have to remember some keyword. One is area, another is buyers and sellers, and commodity competition. So market refers to the whole region where buyers and sellers of a commodity are in close contact. So it refers to an area. It is not a particular place. It's spread over an area. The area become the point of contact between buyers and sellers. So here we have to remember that market is not a particular area. It may be that area where buyers and sellers are with each other in contact. So it may be online market. Likewise in today's era, we have buys and purchase the goods and commodities in Flipkart, Amazon. So it is not a particular area. Another is buyers and sellers. That means buyers and sellers should be in contact with each other. However, contact doesn't necessarily mean physical presence. So contact doesn't mean only physical presence. There may be online transaction. Okay. So another point is commodity. So for existence of market, there must be a commodity which will be sold and purchased among buyers and sellers. Okay. Are you getting my point? So this is all about market. And now come to the point, forms of market structure. As you know, there are two forms of market structure. One is perfect competition, another is imperfect competition. And in under imperfect competition, there are other forms of market named as monopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly. So in this slide, we have to in this video we have discussed only about the perfect competition market. So what is this perfect competition market? The perfect competition is a market structure where a large number of buyers and sellers are present and all are engaged in the buying and selling of the homogeneous product at a single price prevailing in the market. So you see here there are some keywords. The perfect competition is a market structure where a large number of buyers and sellers are present. What does it mean? It means it is a such type of market where large number of buyers and also large number of sellers are contacting with each other. So there are no fixed number of buyers and sellers. There may be large number of buyers and sellers, and all are engaged in the buying and selling of the homogeneous product. And so point out here, all the buyers and sellers they are contact with each other with a homogeneous product. The product must be in homogeneous identical product, वो एक जैसा होना चाहिए, and at a single price, and price भी same होना चाहिए prevailing in the market. So this is all about perfect competition market, meaning a perfect competition market. So in the perfectly competitive market, sellers sell a homogeneous product at a single or uniform price. Single uniform price means equal price, same price. The price is not determined by a particular firm but by the industry. So the price which is dealing with the buyers and sellers, that price must be fixed by the industry, not by the farm. So we can take here example of wheat, rice. Okay, so these are the examples of perfect competition market. Now come to the point, features of perfect competition market. There are so many features which are comes under perfect competition market. Here we have discussed some of them. So one is large number of buyers and sellers, homogeneous product, free entry and exit, perfect knowledge of price and technology, no transportation cost, and no artificial restrictions. So these are some of the features of this perfect competition market, we will discuss one by one. First, see here large number of buyers and large number of sellers. As in meaning, we already discussed about this is a market structure where large number of buyers and large number of sellers are dealing with each other. So here we point out to a point, the market where large number of buyers and sellers are dealing with each other. So in perfect competition, the buyers and sellers are large enough that number individual can influence the price and the output of the industry. So an individual customer cannot influence the price of the product as he is too small in relation to the whole market. So here we have to point out here that due to large number of buyers and also large number of sellers, therefore a single buyer or a single customer, individual customer cannot influence the price of the whole market, price of the product. So यहाँ पर क्या है, लार्ज नंबर ऑफ बायर्स है तो एक इंडिविजुअल कस्टमर कभी भी प्राइस कमोडिटी का प्राइस को इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर सकता है, आज ही इज टू स्मॉल। और वो क्या है, पूरा लार्ज नंबर ऑफ बायर्स एंड लार्ज नंबर ऑफ सेलर्स, सो एक इंडिविजुअल कभी भी वो मार्केट प्राइस को इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर सकता है। सो सिमिलरली ए सिंगल सेलर, जैसे एक बायर कभी मार्केट में जो कमोडिटी है उसका प्राइस को इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर सकता, ऐसे एक सिंगल सेलर भी मार्केट में जो कमोडिटी का प्राइस को इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर सकता। सो ए सिंगल सेलर कैनॉट इन्फ्लुएंस द लेवल ऑफ आउटपुट हु इज टू स्मॉल इन रिलेशन टू द gamut of seller operating in the market. As there are large number of buyers and large number of sellers, so a single seller or a single buyer never influence the price of the commodity in the market. So this is first feature. Now come to the second feature. There are homogeneous product. What? The product should be inhomogeneous. So the product offered for sale in the market are homogeneous. That is, the product sold is identical in all respect like size, shape, quality, color, etc. तो जो भी प्रोडक्ट वो मार्केट में सेल हो रहा है, सेल एंड परचेज हो रहा है परफेक्ट कंपटीशन में, दैट ऑल प्रोडक्ट मस्ट बी होमोजीनियस, homogeneous in size, shape, quality, color, etc. Since each firm produces 100% identical product, their products can be readily substituted from each other. अगर हम एक प्रोडक्ट को दूसरे प्रोडक्ट के साथ कब सब्स्टिट्यूट कर पाएंगे, अगर दोनों प्रोडक्ट इक्वल है तो। आज देर आर आइडेंटिकल प्रोडक्ट इन होल मार्केट, सो वन प्रोडक्ट कैन बी सब्स्टिट्यूट विथ अदर प्रोडक्ट. So each competitive firm offer a homogeneous product such that no individual has a preference for a particular seller over the others. So salt, wheat, coal, etc. are some of the homogeneous product for which customers are indifferent and buy these from the one who charges a less price. As we already discussed about, there are homogeneous product, identical product. The all product must be identical in size, shape, quality, color, quantity. So some of the homogeneous product for which a customer are indifferent and buy this from the one who charges a less price. So एक इंडिफरेंट नहीं आता है क्योंकि ड्यू टू दैट ऑल प्रोडक्ट्स आर आइडेंटिकल, कस्टमर कहीं पे भी उसको परचेज कर सकता है बिकॉज दे ऑल आर इक्वल इन शेप, साइज, क्वालिटी, क्वांटिटी इन ऑल मैनर. सो बट implication. So implication of homogeneous product is that buyers treat the product as identical. Therefore, the buyers are willing to pay only the same price for the product of all the firms in the industry. Okay, so this is our second feature. Now come to the point, free entry and free exit. As we know, free entry and free exit, इसका मतलब क्या है? फ्री में एंट्री कर सकते हैं, फ्री में एग्जिस्ट भी कर सकते हैं. इसका मतलब under the perfect competition the firm are free to enter or exit the industry. This implies if a firm suffer from a huge loss due to the intense competition in the industry, then it is free to leave that industry and begin its business operation in any of the industry it wants. Thus there is no restriction on the mobility of seller. So as there are free entry and free exit, every seller has the freedom to enter or exit the industry. There are no artificial or natural barriers. There are no any type of rules and regulation for entry and exit in the market. So there are no a single rule and regulation for new firm and also for the exit firm who want to exit. So it ensure absence of abnormal profit and abnormal losses in the long run. Okay, so what are the implication? The implication of freedom of entry and exit, that it signifies that there are no barriers to the enter of new firm into industry when the existing firm are earning abnormal profit. Okay, so the new firm attracted by the prospect of profit enter the industry. This raises market supply, which in turn leads to fall in market prices and consequently profit. Okay, so the enter continue till each firm is earning just the normal profit. Now come to the point, perfect knowledge of price and technology. Perfect knowledge of price and technology among buyers and seller. So how many buyers and sellers are in the market? They all are aware about what are the price prevailing in the market, what are the technology used for the production. So all these matter are knowing by all the buyers and sellers. There are perfectly knowledge with all of them. So perfect knowledge means that both buyers and sellers are fully informed about the market price. It is that no firm is in a position to charge a different price, and no buyers will pay a higher price. As a result, a uniform price prevail in the market. Due to perfect knowledge of price and technology, there are a uniform price prevails in the market. Therefore, both buyers and sellers have perfect knowledge about the product market. Seller also have perfect knowledge about the input market. Each firm has an equal access to the technology and the input used in the production. Okay, so there are perfect knowledge about the price and technology used in the market among the both buyers and sellers. Now come to the point, no transportation cost in the perfect competition market. So no transportation cost means absence of transportation cost. Absence of transportation cost. There is an absence of transportation cost that is incurred in carrying the goods from one market to another. This is an essential condition of the perfect competition, since the homogeneous product should have a same price across the market, and if the transportation cost is added to it, then the price may differ. So अगर प्राइस ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट को हम ऐड करेंगे तो क्या होगा, प्राइस डिफर करेगा, और तो प्राइस डिफर नहीं करना चाहिए. ड्यू टू दिस इज परफेक्ट कंपटीशन मार्केट एंड प्राइस इक्वल ड्यू टू होमोजीनियस प्रोडक्ट, द प्राइस मस्ट बी इक्वल in all market. So in order to ensure uniform price in the market, it is assumed that transportation costs are zero. Okay, are you getting my point? So why the transportation cost is zero? Because to ensure the uniform price in the market, so a producer can sell his product at any place and a buyer can buy it from any place he like, because the price will be equal in each and every places. Now, no artificial restriction. No artificial restriction. So under the perfect competition, both buyers and sellers are free to buy and sell the goods and services. This means any customer can buy from any seller and any seller can sell to any buyer. Thus, no restriction is imposed on either party. That means there are no rules and regulations, there are no restriction imposed on either party. That means either from to buyer or to seller. A buyer can purchase his product according to his choice, and seller can sell his product according to their choice. So there are no artificial restriction among them. So what you learn from here, thus under the perfect competition, a seller is the price taker and cannot influence the market price. Therefore, a seller is the price taker means who is the price maker? The industry is the price maker. So finally, you remember this sentence: a seller in perfect competition, seller is the price taker and industry is the price maker. Okay, this is all about perfect competition and its feature. I hope you must learn it. Thank you.